Hello, friends. How are you today? I'm so glad to be here with you today, talking about the Schumann resonance, the energy, and the human experience of these things. We had 21 hours extended high-ranging frequencies. This was pretty amazing. And, it looks a lot like the technological effect might be peeking through, but when you expand it, it's hard to tell. It's only from far away where it seems to have this periodic spacing. And the weird thing is normally the technological effect shows with lines periodically on the chart, but these are blue spaces you see here on the chart, so don't know what exactly is going on with that. I put echoes up here for these images, and I've been seeing this quite a lot. Actually, I started seeing it when I was sick, and I still have a video I want to make about it. But I keep seeing figures, faces in here, and then I'll see larger faces as well in the chart. And periodically this happens where you can really, from the way the data presents on the chart, you can see a lot of faces in it. And sometimes what I wonder is if this is about attention being brought to human activity of some sort. I don't know if it's other humans. I don't know if it's our ancestors. I don't know if it's the divine realms. I don't know if it's secret controllers. I don't know. But this is one of those times, and it's been the last 2.5 weeks. Now, of course, in this time, we're essentially closing out the previous new moon here, thank God. It starts again on Tuesday, the 25th. There's an eclipse and a new moon. But this month has just been terrible. The energies, I call it the black hole new moon, and I have a video on it if you want to learn about what this month was like and what was the primary influence, in my view, from an astrology perspective. So here at the very end of the month, and since the full moon, I think there have been forces that have been really wanting to complete their plans, but those plans have been falling through. And I think that's the reason for so much attention on the energies. Because you see, everything emanates from us. It really kind of frustrates me when I watch videos about astrology, for example, and people are doing their predictions and they're looking at, well, this planet's doing this and this could lead to, and they list a number of things. But, so many, there's some astrologers I really like, but then when they're listing what the things that could lead to, they're just essentially spouting off plans of, the globalists or whatever that have been put out on the airwaves. And so they're just reinforcing that without thinking that without original thought. I'm just going to say that, okay? I'm not naming any names. I would never do that because I don't believe in doing that because I don't think it's professional. But I think in general to say that, there are people who just repeat with, so now this is going to come into play or this is coming. No, it's not necessarily coming. Only if human beings put their energy toward it. Stop being led by the nose. Let yourself, if you want to be led, let God lead you through your heart. Okay, so here's the frequencies. And so here we've got this, there's a lot of big vertical movements in frequencies when these energies come in. And when you get the down movement to the lower end of the ranges, then usually, in my view, that's a sign that there's been an expansive energy, something that, expands our range of experience in the chart. And it's interesting because there was quite a bunch of movement up into the high 25s and 26 in the green. And I just talked about this exact thing in the last couple of videos. So check that out if you want more about that information. Okay, now amplitudes were strong, 62 in the white, and then a pretty big step down to 44 in yellow. But red and green were still, green's down here at 25. So it didn't come off too much. You can kind of look at it like white was a doubling of red. Yellow was a doubling, a little less than a doubling of green. Yellow is 2/3 of white, of the power. So these are some of the things I look at when I'm looking at how strong is this really. But we had some really big spikes. So I'd say in general, this was a strong burst of energy, and it was long term. It was really lasting. In the qualities, the closer we are to soul, the higher the quality. That's my layman's term explanation of this. But the truer you are to the true, pure frequency of something, the higher the quality. It was interesting to me because we've gone back down under 15 here in green. And that's a protective level in my view. I explained this in my videos from 2020 where we saw the green just scoot under. Now it's interesting because the qualities are at a protective level, but the frequencies have burst out of that protection, which tends to be under 25.2, where we feel like safe. And so in our range of experience, we're acting stronger. And I think that this is a result of the previously high qualities we've had in green, getting in touch with our emotions and our passion in red. And so we had the experience and we remember it. So even though the qualities have come off, we're still expressing more clearly from that soul connection, from that God connection here in the green. And I wanted to talk a second about about these energies here. And what I wanted to say was I flip the chart upside down because sometimes I like to do that and see what happens. And the idea came to me about reaching for heaven. Why? Because you see, here's at 0, right? At 0, exactly 0, we'd be non-functioning. This is infra low, at half of a hertz, and then we get into the unconscious brainwaves, subconscious, and then etc. Because the Schumann chart reflects our human brainwaves, that exact range. Look at my beginner playlist for more information on all of this. Well, it's my view that God, essentially the soul, our connection with these things, is at the top of the chart and the bottom of the chart. And when we have these energies, right, we're reaching through the entire range of human experience from close to 0 hertz to 40 hertz, which is the gamma brainwaves or our spiritual experience expressed through brainwaves. It's like it reflects this yearning for something more, this yearning in human experience. And that I believe that yearning initiates from love within. That at the heart, everything in the universe is motivated by love, and humans are no exception to this. And there's nothing that feels more like love than experiences of the divine, of the soul reaching through us. And so when we bring the white resonance, when we bring these resonances through the chart, right, it's like we're bringing more of ourselves into form. And it's interesting because someone on Truth Social had mentioned to me, it was pet fish, I believe. Thanks for pinging me while I was sick, so I couldn't really respond at that time, but I responded after. But there had been a line at about this level of hertz, okay, in the high 30s. And ever since then, we've had all these energies reaching to about 40 hertz. And we've had these strong, just like planting of intention in the white resonance. And to me, what this says, right, it's like we gave ourselves a goal, a stretch goal, when that first happened, where we had the light up in the high hertz, in the lower part of the chart. And we're doing it. We're stretching our consciousness. We're stretching our consciousness. Why? Because we don't want war. We don't want destruction of our cultures and our societies. We want life. We want connection with God, the Most High. And the thing is that, you have to understand, some of the influences upon us don't have any idea of what this experience is like for humanity, of what it is like within to feel that incredible love that a human can feel, or even to feel the sexual experience. It's a version of that, right? A lifted version of no human can recreate this. This is God, coming through the human form in the sexual experience. But I'm telling you that I feel that this is what this is what heaven desires, a communion with us. And we want something more now from life. I feel like we're tired of the old games. We're tired of what's been played over and over and over. And we're reaching for heaven. We're reaching for heaven within ourselves. Because a part of us innately knows we can create a new experience on earth, in human life, in human form.